Lovely. Hi, y'all. Hey, what's up? What's happening? I realize I'm talking to people both here in the physical realm and here in the virtual realm. Hello. Welcome to Sacred Voices Open Mic. We have open mics every second Friday of the month, and it is the second Friday. I think it's the 10th. It is the 10th. Welcome. Hi. Be patient with me. My brain is slowly forming goop out of my ears. It's been a very long day. Yeah, tenderness and patience is all I ask from you all. Cool. Sacred Voices is a nonprofit that serves young people, adults, just about anyone. We do poetry workshops, we do open mics, we do just about anything that people want us to do. We're trying to get into the realm of people knowing who we are. And I have some messages to get out there by my lovely other co-executive director, Aston. Thanks for making this list for me. Keeps my brain in check. We're looking for board members. Please. If I could stare very intently into this camera, please. We need board members. We need dedicated board members who are interested in us, in the work that we do. Board members typically help us run this show, help us run the poetry workshops, help us make ideas that we can give to our community. So if you are community-based, if you're a community thought like me, we need community thoughts in our board members. If you're not a community thought and you just really like community, then you should come as well. No need to be a thought, but if you are, we are kink positive over here. What else? Oh my God. Do y'all ever just like look at your phone and then you forget what you're supposed to be saying? And then you also and then you realize that you're on like live television and then you're like, oh, let me get my stuff together. We have a Patreon. Do we have a Patreon? We do have a Patreon. Please join our Patreon. There's a lot of tiers up there. Do I know the tiers? No. You can go on Patreon. It is, as I look to the side of here, patreon.com/sacred voices. If you want to fund our programs, fund our staff, you can pay me, pay my salary. I don't really get a salary. It's kind of like hourly, kind of like volunteer based. It's in there. You could fund the work that I do, like hosting this open mic. Anyway, and we also have a deep dive. We have a deep dive community event. This is our first ever community event this year that we are allowing our community partners to come in and teach us something. Whoa, that was so loud. Calm yourself, guys. Hey, body. Right, like, hey, body, what's up? There, I like my thighs. Yeah. Anyway, we have a deep dive coming up September 18th. September 18th. Let me not give you all the wrong information. September 18th from 6 to 9 p.m. at Union Hall. It is not Union Station, but it is Union Hall. So if you go to Union Station, come out of Union Station, past the railroads, and then into another building. That's Union Hall. And our feature for today is hosting our workshop on the 18th. So if you want to get to know our feature a little bit more intimately, you can come to the event. Tickets are free. There are 16 tickets roaming around out there. There are $5 tickets roaming around out there. There are $10 tickets roaming around out there. There's a lot of tickets, y'all. There's so many tickets. Please grab a ticket, please. Right. If this interests you, if any of the words that I've been saying have interested you, maybe you're not doing anything on the 18th, maybe you want to do a date on the 18th, this is the perfect day to go on the 18th. We also have a community care bundle, which I am very excited about. It was curated between me and our feature artist, Morgan. It includes distilled vanilla that Morgan and their mother has been making since like 10 years. That's 10 years of work and magic and time and manifestation. There are ethically sourced Palo Santo and juniper sage bundles there. There is a cowrie shell and a red jasper. You can get that bundle. It's $25. That's super cheap for a bundle like that. It is very cheap for labor and stuff. Get that. Do the thing. There's also a giveaway happening on our social media. You can find us on Instagram at Sacred Voices. Yeah. And then I have one more thing. It's great. I'm doing great. I'm doing great. You're doing fine. We are also looking for volunteers to run our tech. If you are interested in running some tech and like manning a camera and like doing some sound systems and like maybe like making sure that the mic is at the right height for each performer, we are looking for volunteers. You can email us at info@sacred-voices.org, or you can get in contact with us through our social media at Sacred Voices, I believe. Sacred Voices Denver. Word, you could also come talk to Aston, the physical people here, not in the virtual peoples. If you're interested in doing some volunteer work with us, you can get in contact with Aston. Cool. I did all the things that I needed to say, I think. I'm looking at this board as if it's going to tell me something. If you are a very creative artist, and you like making logos, Sacred Voices needs a new logo. This logo is outdated. We need a new logo. Get in contact with us. There could be some money into getting this new logo for us. Especially if you're a young person and you want to make a new logo for us, you can get some money. With that being said, are you ready? I could do a poem to give you some buffer times. Okay, I'll do a poem. All right. I'm so tired, y'all. It feels like Monday. I woke up today and it feels like Monday. Also, my partner is gone. She's in Atlanta and I'm just sad. That's why my body just feels terrible. Oh God, what poem should I do? What one poem? I don't, what poem should I do? Yeah, I don't know. I have anger. The third one. Okay. All right. 1, 2. Skip that one. I'm gonna do this one because there were a lot of sadness in that. Cool. It's y'all ever just write sad poems and they just be sitting in your notes and they're just like, hey, you should perform us, and you're like, nah, and then you keep writing sad poems. I'm gonna write like 5 today. Anyway, this is an ode to a broken nail. Because I broke my nails and now I don't have my cute nails anymore. I really love acrylics. I love the way that they sound. I love the way that like I be typing and like irritating other people with my acrylics, and then I broke them. Because we've all been there. An hour spent between a stranger and you. First becoming asteroids, then orbiting planets. You knew that one day one would drop. Would lose its gravitational pull against you and fall into the abyss. This time it wasn't you. You mourned her as if she birthed at you, scratched your back as the night fell and found her way inside of you. I broke my nail, made lopsided love to an index finger and crushed cuticles. Who would have thought that the smallest change could turn into a search party? The lack of money is where it really counts. Brick and mortar buildings beckon you to come. They know too much. They smell the lack of acrylic and powder on your skin and wait until you realize, I really need to get my nails done. A new color, rebase, and maybe my upper lip, because every time I go in to get my eyebrows done, she's like, upper lip? You want to get an upper lip, right? And I'm like, that's hurtful. It's very hurtful. I just do my eyebrows, ma'am, and my nails. Leave my lips alone. This is the only time that it heals. You watch as she becomes her, nude in length, present, and you wonder if you want to miss the old. Force her back into what she was, a ballerina or a cadaver for your coffin. I just need to get my nails done. Thank you. Cool. I really need to get my nails done, y'all. Like, they're really ugly right now. They're like pressed up against my cuticles and like not a flattering way either. I am gentle. I took them off. I like soaked them in acetone, I like popped them off. I like buffered them. I like talked nicely to them, hoping that they will grow so I don't have to get acrylics. But anyway, are you ready to? Cool. Rachel again, right? Cool. Please welcome up Rachel to our mic.
Thank you. Hello. cooling balms and astringent medicines onto our skin and upon our tongues. Temperance turned despair into patience. Blend by equal measure our yearning for survival with our need for enjoyment, duality. I lead myself in service. She's grateful, graceful, mindful, breathing her heart back to life. I think it's her mania. Our energy and the force of our will, our magic comprehensive, our capacity for rationality rendered superfluous, can be arduous, release and relax. All my will and intention, flexible and compassionate, in our integrity, in our balance, in our humanity, our better interests, manifestations, our will in motion. My greatest magic, born from greatest wound, chronic trauma-induced disassociation, forces intensely creative inner worlds. We alchemize our pain into power. Our imagination will save our lives. You are the world. May you be well served, loved, found, helped, and seen, appreciated, empowered. Our world is inside you. The duality in our states of gifting and being gifted. Allie said abolition is a garden. My magic is my consciousness of will. I admire my open heart. Committed to love and respect, my household is bold. Cellularly imprinted joy is muscle memory. Ooh, how glorious my inner world can be when my reflex is my smile. I welcome you and I release you, and love is alchemy. Love is change, and we both find our wholeness in motion. I invest in myself, my own trust and optimism. It's an opportunity to treat people better. Octavia wrote about hyper-empathy. It's not a defect, it is my condition to know the feel of the pain of violence. There was so much pain in the world, Butler said, that was her primary relation. She doesn't write treaties. She writes poetry. She writes scripture. I hope you find value in it as I do. Thank you. I have one more, if you'll indulge me. So, I come from a Jewish family, and it's the High Holy Days. It's Rosh Hashanah, the New Year. So, I wrote a poem when I was supposed to meet with some friends, but then I got lost and didn't meet my friends. So I'd like to share it with y'all, if that's all right. A poem for our holy days. All gratitude to the first peoples of this place. Have I done right? Do I feel proud? Have I been honest and fair, integrity aligned with my heart and my values? Remember that Guantanamo is in Cuba. All power to all oppressed peoples. Over here is soil, and here is dirt. The difference is in our healing. We can all regenerate before all health is lost. The best is this way. Over here is soil and there is dirt. The difference is in our healing. We can all regenerate before all health is lost. This is the way towards fertile soils. Every fall, my ancestors practiced sweetness and joy for resilience against the unknown. The song of songs, I am my beloved's, and my beloved's is mine, ours. Abundant love, I welcome you. I am ready to receive. Stay faithful to my own heart, guerrilla gardening, my sunshine, plant seed, bloom flowers as I pass. In full trust of myself, I am whole. Patience will save my life. Angels sing over her to keep her frequency high, to reach a balance between strength and suppleness. She practices joy. To manifest miracles daily, she is prepared for our glory in our days. I can hear by the wind the trees are talking God. Your smile and your kindness are made of love, heart-to-heart relations dwelling in the sweet feelings of care. How would I like to help it flourish and thrive through my attention? It's complex, soul anguish, trauma wounds, painful, pervasive, screaming to feel it, to hear it, to heal it. My chest cracks, my jaw's fucked up, new pain in my right elbow, hypervigilance, I'm jumpy. You are whole. You are holy. The stories we tell are the stories that are, and when you're vulnerable, I can love on you. With ease, our future is unfolding, freedom is mine, knowing that so much is possible that I cannot predict. Thank you.
Sometimes I forget. Hey, give it up one more time for Rachel. That was dope. That was dope. I really loved the imagination will save you, because I think a lot of people forget that imagination is a very powerful tool. That person is me. I forget. Cool. How you feeling, Jazz? Yeah? Do you want to go next, or I can bully my sibling into going next as she chugs water? Hey, what's up? What's poppin'? You look cute. You look cute. Okay, eyebrows. Okay. All right. Got the hair did and everything, wearing red. Okay. All right. Y'all look cute. Y'all look cute. Okay. So are you cool? Okay. We're going to have Jazz go up, and then I believe that we have our first virtual feature. So if I'm remembering in my brain, we're going to have Jazz and then Venetia and then Korea. Hey. Yeah. I don't know if it's it could be the Venetia that you know. Yeah, who knows? But we still love Venetia. So we're going to have Jazz, Venetia, Korea, and then, Talia, you said that you wanted to be on the mic, but there is time, and we're here until like 8:30. Yeah. You could do a poem? Okay. I fucks with that. Cool. Jazz, you ready? Cool. Welcome up, Jazz, to the mic. And then if you want, you can claim this. Okay, cool. And then if you can, I'm actually going to clean it for you, because we kind of need you a little bit closer. Ooh, sorry. Sorry for the people listening at home. Just 1 second. ASMR. Okay, cool.
Hey, I'm Jazz. All right. Should I do the sad one or the love poem first? Sad. You're right. All right, so this one is called Apathy Doesn't Look Good on You. I want to feel bad for you, but I can't. Want to help you, but I ain't. You think it's my job to be your savior, like I owe you some type of favor? I watch you weigh the pros and the cons, and you still choose the one that's the most fun. How many hearts do you have to break before you stop making these same mistakes? You love these hoes more than you love yourself. Can't squeeze by pride to ask for help. What a mess. See, I knew you wasn't shit from day one, putting that shit to your head like it's not a loaded gun. I'm the reflection that you let down every morning. Feels like you died years ago with this constant mourning. Apathy doesn't look good on you. But here's a warning. A cat has 9 lives, but you have 1. Keep playing with these drugs and you'll have none. Thank you. Okay. All right. So for the loved one, So yeah, this is from when I was in love. It's over with now, but it still feels good to like say and like feel hopeful. So yeah. It's called She Tells Me. She tells me I'm good for the soul. Like chicken soup, I warm those cold, lonely places. She tells me I'll make her feel safe. I envision hugs that ricochet bullets away from her person. Never felt this certain about a person. In the same breath, she tells me I'm dangerous. Giving her a love so raw, she's still looking for the other shoe to drop. Our love contradicts practical understanding, but see where I'm standing, this isn't practical. This is tactical, a love worth fighting for. I adore how she thinks of me, how she makes me feel seen. I never want to stop being the person who's there for her. I want her to lean on me like counters and shoulders. I want to be there for her even when all I can do is hold her. Show her that we can mold each other into the greatest versions of ourselves. She tells me she feels so lucky to have me. I know I'm lucky because I have someone that reciprocates the love I share. None can compare. The essence of her words bring me back to life on days I couldn't care to live. I've never met walking sunshine till she danced into my life. The kind of woman you quickly want to make your wife. She tells me she can't believe I'm real. I show her genuine love and attention, and she thinks I'm the steal, but to know her is to love her. I think I got the best part of the deal. Thank you.
I'm sad now. I miss my partner. So sad. I love that. I love all of that. All of that. I love all of that. I love poems so much. Cause then you get to see like how much a person really loves another person. Especially if they're a poet, cause then they're like fancy words. And then you're like, damn, I want that. Cool. Mateo, if you're watching this, miss you too. Favorite love poem as well. Cool. We have our first virtual performer, Venetia. Are you here with us? I don't know because you're virtual.
Yes. Can you hear me? Hello? Hello?
I can hear you in my ear.
Okay.
Hello?
Hello? You know this technology.
I can hear you.
Okay, someone else can hear?
Can y'all hear?
Yeah.
No. Can we get it so
Hello?
that the audience can also hear?
Can you hear?
Cool.
Yes?
Oh.
Hopefully you don't hear
Did you
my
say
kid in the
words?
background. Hello? I've been talking.
Oh, yeah, it's working fine. Aston's just telling me to say things. I think it's working fine.
Saying things insanely.
Yes, no.
Cool.
I'm like near the mic, so I can't.
Okay.
Can you chit chat with me a little bit more? Ooh, hi Echo.
I'm chit-chatting and chit-chatting. You can hear my piano?
Okay. I can hear you in my ear. The audience cannot hear you. So let's find that. I can hear the guitar. Oh, are you that one performer who came with the cool guitar? Oh, now I want people to hear you. Can y'all hear? So they can hear it from the back room. I don't think so.
I'll just keep playing until you tell me.
They're over Zoom, so I like your Adidas. They make me miss my Adidas. Okay. Oh, I feel that. Cool. So we are actually gonna. So sorry to the audience.
Yes? No?
So if you can go ahead and get your performance on the way, I would love that.
Hey, you can hear me? You're fine?
I can hear you.
Okay, good. Well, hi guys. I'm Venetia Evans, and I'm going to play an original song entitled Butterfly. Somebody who cares.
have to like run to the mic to tell you that that was amazing. Cool. Do you have another song for us, or was that the only thing that you prepared for us?
Like I have another one. It's a work in process, no word.
Okay. I like new shit.
It's on. I think the song is on the lines of "I'll always be a dreamer."
Okay.
But it has no word.
Cool. I love that. Thank you so much. Oh, I can't hear you if you're trying to talk to me.
Thank you for
Please.
having me.
Yeah. Oh, yay. Hi. I love all of your performances every time that you come to Sacred Voices. So please keep coming back. I love it so much. I love it so much. Thanks. Cool.
And people can I tell them how to
Yeah.
keep
Yes.
watching me? I have a channel on YouTube. You can follow me at Venetia Evans or Glow Up Gate. I host a mindful music and meditation class every Tuesday at 11 a.m. when the gates open. But you can, of course, watch the replays anytime. Thank you.
Cool. Thank you so much. And then that is a reminder to our performers. This is being broadcasted on our Facebook Live page. Some videos will go on our Instagram, and then it's also being broadcasted on live television. So if you want people to find you, maybe give you money, maybe to like book you for some gigs, please give me or Aston your handles so that we can put that on there and then people can find you. Cool. I totally forgot the lineup. What's the line? Is it Korea? Thank you. Okay, cool. Korea, are you? Yeah, cool. Okay, we have a dope poet coming up to the mic. She is my sibling. She is a scholar. Just looking at all of those. Do you just keep like a running list of poems in your notes, or is that just like your dissertation? Oh, okay, Google Drive. Okay. Oh, okay. I just be scrambling to find my notes. Oh, wow. Okay, y'all are smarter than me. I just be scrambling to find poems, checking the deleted section, checking the trash. Yeah, a little all of it. Cool. So please welcome up to the mic my beloved sibling, Korea. Yeah, don't hurt your mom about it.
Like, it doesn't matter where I sit in the audience. Like, I'm always gonna like have trouble standing up. Okay. All right. Jesus, it's hot. Are y'all not hot? I'm hot. I'm like, it's freaking hot. No, it's just hot. It's the temperature. It's the van. Okay. All right. So I actually haven't been in like a writing mood at all. And that's okay. Like, I'm starting to learn that that's okay. I don't have to spit new shit every single time. That's all right. So what I've been doing lately is I've been kind of doing people's covers, putting people onto like different poets. So this first one is Stephen Willis. Does anyone know him? He's really cool. So trigger warning for this, if anyone has like trauma around gun violence, this is probably not the best poem for you to hear. So do with that what you will. All right, here we go. Ode to the boys who died to make hip-hop happen. Before this poem's end, this wound will drain and expand, and my ceased heartbeat will bleed into an instrumental. Shame I had to die just to get my life on track. I was dipping, caught slipping, now my life's on wax. But don't feel sorry for me. The ops caught me hanging off the 9 and click, click, bang, bang. I was Chief Keef ad-libbed into the afterlife. But ain't that your favorite part of the song? When Bobby catches the body, if you listen closely, you can hear my body drop before the beat does. And no, we never intended to be the muses to this world's most popular music, just to feel for that shit, us baby-faced savages that's already born a notorious sin, ready to die and cute enough for album covers. The stork brings us wrapped in rags and parental advisory stickers. So here I am, God, a sacrifice for your culture, ready for my soul's release date to be placed on an eternal stream, to be forever laid to rest in a casket-colored cassette. I can hear it now. My demise is going to be the most requested at all the parties. Tell Big Mama her baby boy got his own hymn now. See Mama smoke the bass. Now I'm boom daddy sip the liquor. Now I'm at a bar that's no record scratch. That's just me trying to come off the caskets, trying to unzip the body bag and join Nipsey. I said I can hear them now because I can hear them scream. I'm hit. I'm hit. I'm hit. I'm hit. I'm a hit. I'm hit. I'm hit. I'm hit. That's Stephen Willis's poem. Whew, Jesus, hot. Oh my God. All right. Okay. Ooh. You take a deep breath with me? Is that all right? All right. So this next poem that I'm going to read, I had written last month, and I was trying to kind of figure out how to talk to my mom about the trauma that she's kind of inflicted and how I've like been navigating my life. And I have a really rocky relationship with food. I have 2 eating disorders and body dysmorphia and just a slew of other things that I deal with. So I decided to do this thing through an analogy of a kitchen. So yeah, this is a poem from my mom. Somewhere in central Jersey, a pot comes to a boil and fizzles towards the top. In my mother's kitchen that I have never been to, rather a church she takes communion at alone, I grow less dead in my 20s and imagine she teaches us how to cook up generations. My great-grandfather lives here under the sink. His cast iron be the Bible we sing to, though I ain't never seen him. My father in the pantry be the spice no one uses, though no one throws away. I see my brothers tucked underneath the floorboards, and I pour them some rhythm clashing from a utensil drawer. The men stay hungry and have no problem expressing the few faces the women bite their tongues with. I hear these voices yelling under the moon, ripe with the chords that bring me to my knees, the same one my mother picks up from the shadow and twists her strange mouth and hands to keep them quiet. I know she has more to say. I know she ain't really feeding these motherfuckers today. It reminds me the fire flickering on the stove won't stop until you give your hands. These men got these thick lips with enormous eyes that color mornings where the women forget their voice. My mother ushers them out of the kitchen where I don't know where to sit. In this kitchen, my legs are stranger to this table. Let this baptism be my mother finally guiding me. She tells me to hum a cocktail of what I am feeling, but I have never had a drink with her, and so I follow her lead. She puts the throats of her past lovers who tell good lies into a skillet and fries them with the oil of a come-undone face of makeup now withered into her palms, measuring the salt of the voice who could not tell her that she did not love her own mother. She holds the fragment of dust from her wedding ring that my brother sells for his 5th overdose. She strips the fingers that touch her body like crisp collard greens in the sink, wring them out like tree trunks spitting in her bones, her womb a knot that has never been revered. She hollers at the year my father tells her he has another child 3 years after I am born. She cries at the skin burning on the stove. What gospel do you sing to a dying dish? What grace and gratitude finds your lips when you have scraps to work with that will bring no morsels to feast? I see her look at all of the hearts on the wall she is hung up on, and for the moment I believe her that she will stretch herself onto a pan to feed another man, but she doesn't. She burns the apartment we are in. I imagine my mother screams more in this place. She asks me a question while the frame of this house is burning, and we are engulfed in the prophecy of all black women. Do you know how much violence it took to make this body quiet? She pours a glass of her flesh flaking, and I understand the oven half baking the way she speaks to me. Her blood in the afternoon wine glass fills my stomach, and suddenly my legs sing a permanent heavy. You ever take your words out the freezer and they rot in the drain? You become too busy to talk to anything, making your stomach a good place to rest. The anger like the pot just stays at the top, and I'm hoping that all men starve. A decade and alphabet of your ancestors' fists come pounding up your throat if you ever disrespect a black woman. She says, your anger is enough to feed the next 7 sons, but you better sell your body to age, to something more than a slaving 70. I remember waiting for my mother at a kitchen, impatient with the ways cooks manicure their plates. She sets a table of which only the women at the family can dine at. She throws her body on the table and cuts herself open to all the scars. She says, in this place I've never been to, you feed yourself first. Burn the house before you cook yourself up to feed a greedy death. They will eat you to your own buckled 60s. You be the seasoned breast of a revolution that people forgot fed them. You be the daughter that speaks. You be the girl that best not shrink herself so men can fit you in their mouths to swallow. She tells me if they can't handle you, well, they best choke.
Right. She's gone. Just a little. Just a little hot. Just a little hot. Just a little. I mean, it's worth it. It's worth it for career. It's worth it. Wow. I never get tired of it, ever. Wow. I never get cool. If you don't know anything about Korea, Korea is Korea is the co-founder of a really dope organization. Is it an organization? Is it? It's an org. An org, an entity, a manifestation of what I really needed when I was in college. But then I graduated, and they're like, "Let's make this." Thanks. But Korea is the co-founder of Shades of Honey. If you have not heard of Shades of Honey, you need to Google them. They are a super dope collective collaboration group of people. Yeah, I love Shades of Honey. Get to know them. Are y'all still trying to get money for your PA system? They're trying to get money for their PA system. They're also just trying to get money just to get money. You can go on their Instagram page. I think it's at Shades of Honey. Yeah, at Shades.of.honey. It looks like someone took your Shades of Honey, so you had to. Okay, all right. Cool. So do that. Fund people who make manifestations happen. I was over there just on Instagram looking at cute people. That's cool. I done lost everyone. One sec. Done lost my notes section. I done lost everything. My mom's calling me. What's up, Mom? My mom's calling me. Do I answer? I don't answer it. Nope. I'm not gonna answer it. I'm not gonna answer it. You can actually even ignore it. I don't want to ignore it. That's even worse. That's on boundaries. Y'all are gonna get me in trouble. Cool. Cool. What do we have? Oh my God. I'm so sorry, y'all. Everything is happening. I lost everything. I really lost everything. Did I delete it? Aston, I deleted my notes and I don't have it. I was supposed to say words before I brought up a poem. I'm doing a great job. For the board members, I believe. I know that we need board members. Yeah, okay, all right. Aston was like, yeah, talk about the board members. We need board members. If you are community oriented, if you are a poet, if you're an artist, if you're a filmmaker, if you are a teacher, an educator, we just need poets. Not poets. We need board members. Patience and tenderness is what I need, y'all, today. Patience and tenderness is what I need. We need board members. We need dedicated board members. Maybe like undedicated, but like still kind of committed to Sacred Voices mission. We just need people. Yeah. Oh, okay. I feel so fancy. Aston's like talking to me in my ear, and it never happens. I'm a cool host when my brain isn't dripping out of my ears. We have a cool, amazing event coming up next weekend, September 18th from 6 to 9 p.m. at Union Hall. It is the first of many of our series. It's a community deep dive series, and we are going to be deep diving into our feature, Morgan's 13 Lotu. If you have not read 13 Lotu, you need to read it. If you missed your chance to buy a chapbook, there might be an opportunity to get that chapbook at the event. We're going to be talking about grief and the transformational power of grief, I believe. Yeah, cool. I've been saying that right. I've been telling people like around Denver, and they're like, okay, cool. And I'm like, I hope I'm saying that right. We also have a community care bundle that you can get if you come to this event. It is ethically sourced Palo Santo and Juniper Sage bundle from Oris Trading Company, a red jasper from Oris Trading Company, and some cowrie shells from Akente Express. Also, Morgan graciously donated some distilled vanilla that they had been making with their mother for about 10 years. So there's a lot of manifestation and labor and power and a lot of gentleness that is in this bundle. It is $25 to get it, plus admissions. So it's just, if you pay us $25, you get the thing. We also have a giveaway going on right now in our social media. So if you go to our social media, as I stare at this, at Sacred Voices Denver, you tag one friend. There's a lot of giveaways where it's like tag 10,000 friends and like put a comment and then tag us on the social medias and then share it to a newsletter. Tag one friend. And you can be entered into this giveaway where you can win one of the bundles, and you can win a $10 admissions ticket. Tickets are free. There's 16 free tickets roaming around out there. There's $25 tickets roaming around out there. There's $10 tickets roaming around out there. Is there $15 tickets? I don't think I did that. That's expensive. It is expensive. Anything like higher than $10 is like, ooh. Ugh. Unless it's food, then I'm like, yeah. Or books. Oh, okay. All right. Food. Okay, cool. Hopefully I can just 1 second. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm so tired as well. I'm human. That's it. Cool. Akil Kumba, are you ready? Cool. Please welcome up to the stage Akil Kumba, an amazing wordsmith who I keep meeting. I love him.
What's going on, everybody? It's my first time in this great space. It's great I can see myself. That's new. That's my birthday on the wall right there. It says 9/28, September 28th. That's my birthday. I didn't plan it. It just happened. That's how it goes. Thank you. That's me. Yes. So this is just my writing journal here. So I have some poems in this book. And I haven't ever read any of these. These are just like poems. So probably just wrote it and never read it again. So this is the first time that this poem is being read. New shit. Fresh off the presses. Brand new to you and me. Here we go. This one's called The Price of Being Black in a White Man's Land. White voice is vocal white face, camouflaging my essence to survive in white space. In the eyes of white grandma, I am dark matter, a tarmac, a platform to be grinded, refined into powder, sweet as white sugar and as perfect as table salt. Yet when I speak out of the soft character they seek, I become a thug, unworthy of love, only wrath. Combine this with the form of a champion, and I become the super predator. Even the slightest emotion emoting is enough to cause their white souls to tremble as the sterile white room melts into black muck, and the lights flash as strobes black than white, black than white. Black voice is vocal black face. Speaking like a thug to me is a disgrace. I know you are only mirroring what you see. Sadly, what you see is not me. Thank you. Okay. Here's another. This one's called Shadow Man. The voices I hear whispered in the breeze sabotage me, sound like a shadow's native tongue or an out-of-tune ukulele strummed. The one who whispers wears a mask and a veil of black, reminding me of mistakes I made in the past, stabbing me with one rusted-out knife at a time, piercing insecurity. I bleed prana, disassociate to leave trauma. If emptiness is the goal, I should be the Dalai Lama, enveloped by the shadow man's cloak. Suffocation feels like nirvana. They whisper like a jester, yet judge as the court, from behind a monotone mask, the voice of a mentor without mercy, a critic without grace, a face or form, just the voices I hear swarming like moths behind a sadistic mask, a man like a shadow, a woman like poison gas. Thank you. And one more. Okay, this one's just says poem, so we'll see what this is about. So funny how a past lover knows when you let go and finally leave. as if we are connected by an invisible string. I move on, it is tugged on the other end. I cut the line, and they are now just a friend, falling out of love, reaching frantically to catch any love left. However, that love has left. At this point, nothing can be done, so done is one. Like any fruit, a date has its expiration, when it spoils after its sweetest point, and stinks as a rancid plate. May it reach its final state, decaying in its resting place. Put yourself at peace and release this love lost. Thank you.
Hey, y'all have no idea what we were just talking about because it's cool. We're on the mic. One more time. Give it up for all of our amazing poets. Cool. I know for a fact that we have a recurring poet, Imogen, who is here virtually with us. I am going to share one poem before Imogen goes, and then we'll get into it, and then it'll be my beloved Talea, and then we'll get into our feature. Sound good? Unless anyone has urge to get up on the mic. Seen all these dope poets up on the mic. Okay, that's fine. Cool. I am following in Korea's path and bringing some emotion into this. If you were at Shades, then you'll remember it. If you weren't at Shades, then new shit. Cool. I am a Reformed Baptist child. I grew up in the Baptist church, so call and response is my jam. So I have a call and response. Ooh, Aston, can I cuss a lot? Cool. So it won't be on TV, but I can do whatever I want. Cool. Yeah, cool. Okay, so I have a call and response. When I say bitch, I'm mad, y'all say, why you mad, boo? Sound good? We're going to do some trial runs because sometimes it's hard. Bitch, I'm mad.
Why you mad,
Ooh,
boo?
that sound nice. Bitch, I'm mad.
Why you mad,
Bitch,
boo?
I'm mad.
Why you mad,
Because
boo?
I am tired of forcing my body to write poetry for the fuck shit. Because you get more money when you show how many bones you've cracked under your chest, how many times you've shriveled up your throat when all you could do is scream, where you get asked to be the feature, the poet of the month, the special one when anger is the only emotion you provide. Bitch, I'm mad. Bitch, I'm mad.
Why you mad,
Because
boo?
the spit is what they're after. They collect it in buckets and bottles and sell them in their holistic shops because the fire that you bring to the mic only aids in keeping their obsession alive. Bitch, I'm mad.
Why you mad, boo?
Because I am pouring my all into what my ancestors have given me. Pouring my energy into something that doesn't even love me back. Where they'll tell you they love your words, but ignore when they kick out your uncles and cousins for the sake of their glass lofts and art sculptures that don't make no damn sense. Rip the culture and rename. That's how you get a historic district, right? I mean, an art gallery. I mean, a beer house. I mean, whatever the fuck is at Larimer Street. I am a black body. Or am I just another hashtag for you? Am I a black body or a mural to muralize somewhere in 5 Points? God, I hope they have Audrey Norris paint me. God, I hope they have an open mic that is hosted by Bianca. God, I hope Carrie Joy and Korea is the feature. Bitch, I'm mad.
Why you mad, boo?
Thank you. Cool. Right? Korea was like, the topic of Shades of Honey is anger. And I was like, I'm not angry though. I'm really not angry. Why are you mad? And then I was like, why am I mad? And I wrote down, I was like, oh, I'm mad because cherries are $13 fucking at King Soopers. And then I'm mad that people, also I can't find Arrowhead water anywhere. I also wrote that down. I was like, I'm mad because I can't even find it at Walmart. I don't drink, hold on. I do not drink Arrowhead. I use Arrowhead for my plants. Okay, all right. My plants really like Arrowhead. Okay. They've been growing. They've been hey man, they like tap water and Arrowhead. And for some reason, King Soopers, Walmart, Costco, Whole Foods, Nature's Grocery, whatever. I keep the plastic though. I do keep the plastic because people are just like, oh, plastic bottles, I can just throw it away. And it's like, no, you could repurpose that. You can plant plants in there. I have a lot of things that have a lot of plastic bottles. Just telling y'all I'm a business. If you come to my house, it's just plastic bottles everywhere with plants in them though, because it's great. Yeah, cool. Imogen, hi. Are you here? Are you ready? I realize I put you on the spot.
Hi.
Hey.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah. You can go for it.
All right. So, hello everyone. I'm sorry I don't get to see you guys. I see the back of the stage. But when you come on the stage, I can see you. Hello, hello, hi, I can see you. Yes. Okay, so I'm gonna read some of my published works. This one is called The R Word. I know men who never raise their hand against a woman, but will tear her down each time she dare to reach their height. They smile and talk of respect while filling their father's shoes, and boundaries are torn to shreds like inconvenient red tape. Deafened by thunderous accolades for talons, Mars, arrows. Shot to the sky, though their self-worth is chained to the ground. Blue bruises they can't face, while glee giggles from power trips, grasping for control, ferociously sheltered behind profuse sorries. Dancing on the border of the physical while patting their own backs with a sigh of apprehensive relief that their childhood stayed behind. Though the shade they enjoy, if they dare to glance back, is rooted in the long reach of the knotted branches of an ancient family tree, bedecked with spellbound leaves, tracing rationalization's curves, to boughs thick with denial, tucked into a disavowing trunk, springing out of a network of roots, sucking needed nourishment from a toxic firmament whose palms they can never escape. And the shadows of frightened little boys raise furious fists to pummel their idea of the inferior sex back into their imagined place. Yet their abuse only lays waste the remnants of their own innocence, battered and barely hanging on to humanity's ideals they claim to raise. Thank you. I really appreciate the finger snaps right next to the mic. Thank you. All right, I have two more. Let's see. This first one is called 100-Year Calamities. I remember the desolation of these streets, the abandoned small town feel at midday, any time of day. The real surprise was not seeing random wild things, the foxes, the raccoons, though they made their presence known, internal were garbage cans, the skeletons of strays. Perhaps the tightly lined houses convinced them that they never be truly safe. A funny concept that we invest our faith in when we turn in through that rectangular portal. Slivers of trees decorated with a septum piercing or an earl bar to secure all possessions. Jewelry that would risk our bodily security depending on their worth and flash. The criminality that lurks on our streets. Ours. An unwarranted possessive term. What is truly ours when threats to dispossess loom at all hours? Nature that looks at our planks and steel girders as entry-level hurdles, barely worth her challenge. her breezes like bored hands, waving away our pretense. The foxes and the raccoons survey from a safe distance, rubbing their forepaws in anticipation. The ransacked fridge posts gale force winds, tearing of aluminum siding pleats that dress brick concrete or even stone walls. The boundaries breached, the self-doubt those savage hands induced, this hyper-vigilance in wanting to prevent future assaults, the solution for which that's slipping out of our reach. How the salt water kills greenery, revealing its merciless face, to dryland cousins of residents thriving in its own gloomy boughs, rushing onto streets, ripping the smooth asphalt of man-made finery, the puny battle we had fought the war, won by paving over the firmament's wild hirsute skin. While she, with the patience cultivated by a time scale outside our visceral comprehension, observes our folly, guffaws to swallow our abodes, chortles to scar buildings, snorts to shorten our fragile lives. The triumphal smirks slapped off of our pompous mugs, prompting us to scurry as we have made our furry kin when we thought we were the chosen to dominate over this land. Thank you for your snaps. I'm not hearing you guys. I don't know why.
So you can only hear us if we're like right here at the mic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I could hear it before. I don't know. But anyway.
I didn't do that.
Technology. Let's just say technology.
Yeah.
The last one is called Survivor's Guilt. 1,400 greenbacks lay like scales on a heavy pile of the neglected, the ones we let go of, each penny a pointing finger of the price someone paid, heavier than us. A mask too much to ask. Let Nana die to leave us her inheritance. It's only fitting the older generation should leave us richer. Let them pay through their decaying pores, pay through their drowned lungs, overlabored from catching up to 100-year-old overlooked record, clawing for our attention, though we look away, stealing through generations in one take. Look at the shiny gadget I just bought. Its polished gleam reflecting our distorted ethical core, covered in 1,400 moss-laden armor plate, protecting us from a threatening conscience. Thank you. See, I could hear it again.
Oh, hey. Cool. Ooh. Mask. Cool. If y'all enjoyed Emogen, you can find them, as I pull up the picture that I took on the screenshot, at Poets and Muses on Instagram and Twitter. Also, they have a website, which is... I have my glasses on. I act like I can't see. Poetsandmuses.com. So if you enjoy the work that they just performed for you, find them on the social medias. Cool. Talea, are you? Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna say some words and then. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I am a great host. I'm tired. Okay. Cool. I'm so hard on myself, but also I'm just so tired. Okay, hi. I do the hosting things. I also act like I'm not the co-executive director of this org. Hi, we're looking for board members. If you just tuned in on the virtual nets and you're like, what's going on? Sacred Voices is looking for board members. If you are community oriented, if you want to make a difference in your community, if you want to support young poets of color, young artists of color, you should be a board member. They help us choose the feature of the open mic. They help us make the events of the open mic. They're the backbone of the organization. If you go to any nonprofit, there's like a Zoom that's happening. It makes me feel like I'm on The Shining. Oh my God, I dislike that. But if you go to any nonprofit, they will have a board, and the board is like the backbone of the organization. Without the board, we can't run. So without you all, we cannot exist. So please be a board member. It's not that committed. You don't have to like show up all the time. Do the thing. If you want to donate to us, we have a Patreon. Let me just move this for a second. We have a Patreon. If you go to patreon.com/Sacred Voices, you can help fund our workshop programs. We do workshops with elementary schoolers, middle schoolers, high schoolers, college students, adults, just about anyone who lets us into the door. So you being a patron, you donating to us helps fund those programs. Also helps fund us being here at Denver Community Media, and helps fund me. My hourly wage and my salary being a part of this organization, and helps fund Aston. You don't see Aston a lot. Aston, they don't see you. You're kind of like a mystery man. He is holding it down. Hey, Aston. None of the virtual people can see you though, but Aston's like, oh, you snooze, you lose. Come to our physical open mics. Yeah, so you help fund me and Aston's job positions as we take on this co-executive director position that we don't particularly want, but it's the work that we like. Gotta retain our donors. Gotta retain the donors, you know? You gotta act like you like it. I actually do like it. I quite enjoy it. Okay, cool. What else am I missing? We have an event coming up September 18th. I realize I've been talking about this event and y'all really don't know where to go. If you go to our Instagram at Sacred Voices Denver, there is a link. There is a link. Is there a link? It's in our bio. Yeah. It's in our bio. If it's not in our bio, you can go to RTQ2, which is my Instagram. You don't have to follow me. Just go to my link tree. There should be a Sacred Voices event link there. There's also one definitely on the Facebook event. Yeah, you should just go on Facebook, find the thing. There are free tickets. Come to a free event. Show up. When was the last time you went to a free dope art event in Denver that's being taken over by gentrifiers right now? Take advantage of this. And if all the free tickets are gone, there's $5 tickets. If all the five tickets are gone, there's $10 tickets. If all of those are gone, message me, email me to get into it. I might let you in for free. Probably. I don't know. Maybe. There's like a donation base. Like you can come. Just come. It's great. It's cool. Cool. Talea, are you ready? Cool. Love that. Please welcome up Talea to the mic.
Greetings. I've been locking my hair for like 4 months, and people would be like, you should lock your hair. And I'm like, I've been doing it. It was only a thing, I joke. So I haven't written any new poems since like beginning of pandemic. So old shit. And this is my first time doing some poems in a while. But you know, it's my baby, so okay. Every ritual I know starts with clean water, incense, and dancing. I want to grow intimacy with you. I want to place our safety in our every ritual I am centers breath. I want to take a field trip to the collection of things you heal. See the way the universe inside of you guides your hands. I want to build color palettes. Unlearn suffering from my subconscious body. Allow me to lay my resistance down, to heal in the places I need, to see myself whole. loved, and valued. Allow me to align with the joy in my heart, to prioritize my pleasure and quality of life. Dyslexic. To prioritize my pleasure and quality of light, to feel myself whole, loved, and valued. Trust our breath as portal, as worship, as offering, to bring us to the edge and to surrender, to see us and say we are worthy, as praise, as manifestation, to know us, to love us home and return us whole, as deserving, as rooting for, to applaud these working hearts and honor the ritual as ceremony to lead.
What? Venmo donations. What? For us? Oh. One second. Thanks, Aston. I'm doing great. Thanks. What is happening? I'm so tired. Wow, that poem wrecked me. But I love it. But it wrecked me. I love all of that. Cool. Aston told me to tell y'all to pay us. Cool. So I'm gonna tell that. We have a Venmo. I feel like I have not talked about this Venmo since the thing started. What is our I think it's at Sacred Voices Denver. If you go to Venmo and it's at Sacred Voices Denver, you can Venmo us. You can support the work that we do. Also, in terms of money, Colorado Gives Day is coming up. If you have not heard of Colorado Gives Day, it's like this national event holiday that happens in Colorado. It is like funded by First Bank, which is my bank. Hey, sponsor me, First Bank. But basically, all of these nonprofits come onto this portal, and you can donate to them. You can donate as much as you want, as little as you want. You can just share their profile. But Colorado Gives Day is the day that a lot of nonprofits get a lot of their money, a lot of their funds, a lot of the supports on that day. The day is fleeting me, but I believe it's sometime in November or December. Or is it October? Or is it right now? Who knows? Word, be on the lookout on the social medias. We'll start posting about that. There's also some really cool things that happen around Colorado Gives Day. They kind of take over the Capitol, and there's like hot chocolate there. You get to know all the nonprofits in Colorado. I'm not sure if that's going to happen because COVID's trying to cross Delta. December 8th. Listen, COVID has line sisters out the wahoo. Like, listen, there's so many variants of COVID. There's so many. I'm not going to tell y'all to get vaccinated, but as a medical child, maybe, either stay inside or do whatever. Okay, cool. We're going to get into our feature. You ready? Okay, cool. I'm going to let you speak about yourself because you do it so eloquently. Cool. We're going to bring up our feature for the night. I am super excited. They are a beloved friend of mine, and they go by the name of Morgan Tora.
Exciting. Yay. It's so exciting to see so many like familiar faces, new faces. Yeah, my name is Morgan DeSulueti Tora. I've been writing since forever, but I first touched the stage in 2010 at the Mercury Cafe on a Sunday night. June 12th, thank you, Archive. That's my baby, if y'all didn't know. Yeah, I've been writing and spitting in Denver for a minute, in multiple lifetimes. I'm really into sacred text and bringing God into the current timelines. Yeah, I'm gonna just read some poems. I got some prayers for y'all first. Oh, New Jerusalem, 13th tribe, cometh redemption, cometh our grace. Soothsayer Pharisee want to exchange currency at the temple gates of me. But I say no, you see, my heart green from living abundantly. Begone the temptation of lustful things. I am a poet of and from beyond. The holiest of me is of we, each a mouthpiece for true love and bliss, and so it is. Amen. For sure. A cipher is a queer congress. Gather your house mothers. The marble will crumble beneath our rhythm. We will dance a rebirth. Soil knows to feed the hands that tend it. Sky knows how to bow to those who bend back to it. Me and the sun, we bounce. East, west, just like that. And you do too. Just this morning, raise smoke and prayer to lay to rest our dead and rise again, Lord. Why do we gather, if not for the collective breath, the exalt in communion? For sure. And I have a love sonnet for y'all. We got married last night. Like, we got married last night. Like, as the sun exalted itself over the holy day, during the moon's hour, we said sweet vows of grace, care, and a promise to bite, sink teeth into flesh that bleeds for you. Oh, fanged one, keeper of my heart, I surrender to your wild, bend time across space just to be the flesh of your choosing on this earthly, carnal plane. I love love. Yeah, there's like always like this promise to myself in the back of my heart that like no matter like all the things that you know, God gave me in this blueprint of earth that brought me to this day, that I would love and be loved and continue to decode the programming that told me that I'm not worthy. And so I'm really grateful to experience that. Yeah, Ashe. I never came out. I returned to. Have been returning ever since. Don't know what a closet is. No hiding like second nature, though I know sometimes this skin is costume for what I am not. I know this is prayer also. Cast spell over those to cloud their eyes to what they cannot comprehend, what is not theirs. Doesn't belong to a community bound by acronym. When I say I am queer, out loud, on this stage, it is only to give you the closest frame of reference. I have never had to explain myself to my own people, only use these labels to relate to whiteness, to relate to my mother's worry that I am choosing a life of tumult, as if every other intersection I exist in is somehow easier, are not still targets also, as if most days my queer is not a bulletproof vest, ripped then stitched back together with the threads of the queens who came before me, whose names died when colonialism bled the colors from my flag, bled into my grandfather's sugarcane fields, and made the crop taste like survivor's guilt. Ashe. Oh, shit. Been queer. Been bleeding. And who is buried, mutilated under the soil, beneath the sky that revolts against poisoned blood? What gods will we call upon when the entity of this dispensation withers and goes with a scream, attempts to claim all whose heart is heavy? Ancient contracts require ancient gods. The DNA must be repaired before becoming such. The earth is putting a new face on, elevating her heart's frequency. We would be wise to do the same. Yeah. I got some poems. Yeah, so all of these poems are either from my notes app or one of 3 chapbooks that I've written in the past like 10 years. And so if you want one of those, I can either send you the PDF or I can give you a physical copy and I can mail it to you and I'll inscribe it with some light codes. But yeah, come talk to me. I got 3 books. The one first is 2. And the second one is, that's funny, the first one is 2. The first one is 2, the second one is Ritual, and the third one is 13 Lotu. Yeah. And this next poem is in every single one of them. I wrote this in a workshop with Elizabeth Acevedo in Washington, D.C., and she asked everybody to write an elegy, which is basically a eulogy, but an elegy is an ode to grief that you carry within you. And one of the prompts that she asked us was, what does your body remember of grief? What does your body know of grief? And this is what came out. Ina nongu vanua endandalo loku la esenga ni vakataka na nandra I yalalala vavalangi. Baleta esenga ni vavalangi. Ni rasa mai vakadengu la e baleta ni rasa kila. In my homeland, we mourn death with such vigor it is unmatched by any Western concept. Not because they have passed, but because in the process of grief, we become unified with those who have come before. When it happens, slaughter the fattest cows, detract all vital organs for safekeeping, hang the hollow body on the used-to-be swing set, station 3 aunties with fly swatters around said cow, and wait. 2, when you walk into the morgue, allow yourself the initial mourning. Watch the remaining warmth drain from their face. Remember every interaction with now hollow body wail with the power of your grandmother's vocal cords. Bring hellfire, bring the gnashing of teeth. Do not take it upon yourself to move the body. And wait. 1, peel back the skin. Be gentle. Slice off the most tender slabs with your uncle's machete. Let the blood soak into the garden. Grandma says it's good for her flowers. Put meat in a separate cooler. Leave the eyes open until you are done. And wait. 2, place the body on the tapa cloth. Bathe the body and redress the clammy skin. Keep wailing. Remove bullets. Say their name. Sew up wounds. Keep wailing. Don't stop saying their name. Leave the eyes open until you are done. And wait. 1, drain the blood. Marinate the meat. Let the spice and herb and voodoo spells soak into the tendons. And wait. 2, drain the blood. Keep the skin supple with coconut oil. Reapply as needed. Let the herb and voodoo spells soak into the spirit. And wait. 1, make sure the hole is deep enough. Help your uncles lower the body into said hole. Ensure that the coals are hot enough to sear the flesh. And wait. 2, bless the body to ensure safe passage to the ancestors. Keep wailing. Don't stop saying their name. Call upon every family member to say farewell. Keep wailing. Don't stop saying their name. And wait. 1, check the body. Put new coals in the underground oven. And wait. 1, pay the butcher. 2, find the one who pulled the trigger. Make sure no one remembers their name. 2, wrap the body in the finest mats and tapa cloth. Bless the body. Don't stop wailing. Keep saying their name. 2, make sure the hole is deep enough. Help your uncles lower the body. Keep wailing. This is not the last time you will say their name. 1, we are all tired of waiting. It's time to eat. Hi. So I wrote that poem, and that was in 2015, January of 2015. And it kept unfolding and just revealing itself to me. I was like, what is this? What's happening here? What observation, what memory am I calling forth? And finally I found it. The last time I went to Fiji, I was 8 years old, and I went to a lot of funerals, and that's just kind of always been that was large part of my childhood, was being in a lot of funerals. But I would just observe and watch everybody in their role, because as a child, like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. And so I remember watching them bring the cow and slaughtering the cow, and at the same time, in the same line of vision, there was this room with all of the women in the family preparing the body of the person who had passed at the very same time. And so I was like, what magic is this? What are we, what are we passing with this ritual? So this poem is an exploration of that. Cannibalism is a dark alchemy, one that transmutes internal, whether for famine or revenge, sacrifice the flesh of those who possess knowledge. Most often were women. In turn, the bodies of gruesome men turn into ever-rotating time capsules of experience, ribcage stacked with those he conquered, memories of someone's beloved springing from his belly. How God-like it is to be human, to let another's blood become you in atonement. What more proper submission then, to pray to my body and let the gods greet me where my veins and artery eclipse. I am a constant conjuring of an old wound in a new body. If intergenerational trauma is the hereditary passing of pain, then my healing must be a reverse cannibalism. I must bleed and drink sacrament of every wound in this bloodline, sever from my throat hymns of the god of fear, slice under my left shoulder blade and release what has not allowed me to receive, decapitate and roast my right arm over a spit and watch as the flames engulf a tightening fist. I break blood-brain barrier and sacrifice my mind to align with my heart. What has perpetuated through me to make me a victim of my own mistakes will die by this fire also. In funeral for the gods turn men in me, I prepare an animal to eat, of which the vital organs are spread before me. The oldest son, healing alongside my father, no sin unresolved in this bloodline. What you call epigenetic, we call a feast. I am the sacrificial daughter birthed from our deepest wound. All of what is not ours to carry into future dimensions of this blood, what has bruised and battered, will be the kerosene. Burn the crop, bury me in that scorched soil, so I may feed my progeny too. Yeah. Yeah. They want me to share this moment. There was this moment in writing this poem where because I'd asked my dad, I was like, what did we do to the body before like eating it, eating of like another human live body? Like, how do we prepare that? And it was like the most eerie thing he's ever said to me. He's like, well, like, you think of like halal meat and kosher meat, you have to bless it. And you have to ask it to bring the story forth. So yeah, just want to share that. Yeah. This next poem, I wrote this, I don't really know when I wrote this. But I wrote it about Palestine. So, free all my niggas worldwide. I walk Abraham's path in my mind's eye. Holy land carries seeds of prophets flow from Solomon's pool down the countryside. You know that aqueduct carried water past 1965 and you want to claim Israelite? Claim 12 tribes? Nah, son, you Herodite. I see of Galilee feed the family. You still got that poverty mentality. Yeast rise, the manna fell. You gotta see what my hands do when they magnetize. What my heart do when the heat rise. Through my crown, from my root. I'll be back real soon, I promised you. I wonder how Judah felt when his people turned. 40 years wandering wilderness? Did he Jericho break down the veil to an empty room? The children of Israel scattered and broke a new dawn. Where were you? Running from who? It's like your scripture was written in crayon. Did you get lost on the way to freedom? We broke back for them pyramids, son. 13th tribe, children of Miriam. I want to run back to where the saffron blossoms. Spins a sea of brilliant coral unbleached where sunflowers guide children up. Oh, how I dream to hear the minaret sing in Akhraba. The first time I rose before the Adan moon. Hadn't yet said goodbye to sun. I prayed that morning too. Light cascade across a kitchen table, a holy place. Boiled eggs and tabbouleh, no English run, just shukran jazilan al-Philistine. Bless up. Bless up. How y'all doing? All right, let's check it out. All right. Hi. If you want to, if you're able, you want to put your hand over your heart with me, and we can breathe into our heart and exhale, and again, maybe into the bottom of our feet, and exhale, and inhale, and exhale. And with your hands still over your heart, say, I forgive myself. I forgive myself. I invite a deep awareness. I am in loving action. I am in right relationship. And I forgive myself. Thank you. Yeah. So, all right. I'm just going to read this one. It's a documentation poem. I got my passport photo taken at the Walgreens at MLK in Quebec the day I promised myself I would leave. You can see the dark fog over my eyes. Even in the photo, I am askew, tilted. I told the photo clerk I wanted a retake, and she looked at me for a moment, and I knew my countenance reflected the state of my heart. So I submitted my application with the 2x2 EKG thinking, when it comes back to me, I'm gonna walk away. And I did. My passport came in the mail last week. The package torn apart from transit, but whole. I received myself this way, in forgiveness and unconditional love. I received myself foggy. I received myself wary from abandoning myself. I receive myself even when I cannot recognize myself. I care for my heart in new ways every day. I am learning regulation through inner trust. I listen to and give voice to the musings of my inner children. My boundaries are a gift to the me that made it to today. Yeah. Bless up. I got one more poem. And I'm really grateful for y'all being here and listening to me and holding space. I'd love to talk to y'all after. If you want some of my poems, we could also connect. Yeah. What else do I do? That's cool. Yeah, for sure. A lot of things. I am a tattoo artist. Absolutely. Some of y'all got my stuff on your body. Some of y'all will. But yeah, so I work in from permission from my ancestors, and I bring forth a form of tattoo ritual that transmutes the blood, cleans the blood, and amplifies the healing and medicine of your own body. And so we create a design, a sigil for you to work with and create a ritual around that. So if you're interested, come talk to me. What else do I do? I paint things. This week I did the chalkboards at Urban Sanctuary. I've never done that before, but that was fun. So if you got a whiteboard or something you want me to draw on, I could do that. A wall even. Yeah, many things. But you can follow me. Oh yeah, for sure. I can tell y'all. So let's see. And in the event, on September 18th that Bree has graciously plugged tonight, we're going to be doing a workshop, and I'm going to have some of my books, some of my writing, some of my inspiration of how to let grief expand you, and answer the question that grief asks of, like, how are you going to show up in a new world? So we're going to set the space for that. We're going to have some art supplies. We're just going to get into it. We're going to talk about banana bread. That's what I use the vanilla for that y'all will get in the package, in the care package. And I'm going to have some banana bread for y'all. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to write, draw, make, cry, talk, be silent, whatever you want to do. So yeah, that's on the 18th, 6 p.m., 6 to 9 at Union Hall. It's across from the Whole Foods downtown. You can actually, the train station and the bus station is right there, Union Station. So it's accessible in that way. Yeah. I think that's it. Thanks all for coming. Thanks for listening. This one's called Body Jump. I landed in 1996 on my grandfather's birthday. Left in 1999 when we left the ocean. Came back for all of 2000 and 2003. 2004, I dipped in and out through a bruise on my right arm. Came in hot 2009, 2010. Carved a house of spirits of my flesh. Crossed over in a trance. Came back in 2013 for like 2 seconds and then left in May. Didn't come back till February 2018. Hopped the fuck out in November. Peeked my head out from behind a tender heart in 2020. And now, today, I'm landing on Earth again. It hurts to be here. It hurts to be here. But I'd rather feel, drowned Lilith, daughter of a rageful snake, son of the horizon. I'll meet you at the first breath of day, the tomorrow after next. I travel the deep disembodied void of myself and make myself dark matter, to know the edges and math of my expanse, to feel myself whole, embodied, erotic. Thank you.
Just gonna. It's hot. It's also melted. It's just like disintegrated. Wow. Quick story time. So I discovered Morgan through a bunch of poetry scenes when I was like a little baby poet coming into the scene, and Morgan is the reason why I do poetry. I heard their like eulogy poem, and I was like, fuck, I want to write like that. And I was like in my room just like writing shit, and I was like, ugh. And then I was like, wait, I didn't even get to know Morgan. I just like left the event, and I was like, I'm gonna be a poet. And I was like, wait, how am I gonna get Morgan to read these? Morgan is a force to be reckoned with. Morgan is the absolute healer that everyone needs in their lives. Yeah, please come and just experience Morgan. Everyone here in the physical realm got the privilege to experience the full embodiment of Morgan. I encourage the virtual people to come out if you're in Denver to our event on the 18th, to come to more events like these, to find Morgan in community and pay them. They do wonderful work, and they take fruit as offerings. And yeah, I just invite people to get to know Morgan, because Morgan is a very special giant of Denver. They're like up there with like all the other giants like Susie Q and Carrie Joy. And yeah, it's just, in my realm, there's layers to this, but like in other people's, it's like flat. But in my realm, there's like up here where like Morgan is, and like Korea and everyone, and I like float in between sometimes. I like say hi, and then I go like back down to like my comfort spot, and then I come back in. Anyway, I'm a great opener. I'm a terrible closer, y'all. Is there any like other events that are happening this weekend that y'all want other people to know? Yeah, what's up? Okay, who's we? Okay, there is a celebration of Black people happening tomorrow. Hold on. I just need you to all over again tonight.
Country Lane Park at 2 o'clock. We're gonna have water guns and barbecue and sipping slides and kickball. Yep, we're gonna have giant cards and all types of fun stuff.
This is just for somebody's birthday.
And it's just end of the summer, celebration. Just a reason to celebrate with our people.
I love that. All right.
So anything you want to bring to contribute is welcome, but you can come empty-handed.
Does anyone else have anything? That sounds like fun. Yeah. I'll bring
Sorry,
the
guys.
guys.
Have any of y'all been to Mercury Cafe?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So like at the end of the night they be saying shit, like this like chant. Y'all know that? Okay, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna say something and y'all run it back and then we're gonna say it together. Is that cool? Okay, so Denver, Queen City of the Plains. Lift high our spirits.
Lift high our
Sing well our praise.
Sing well our
For
praise.
in you we live.
For in you
And are
we live.
loved. Thanks.
And are loved.
That's what I want to say.
That's a great way to end it. That's it. That's a great way. That's the closer. That's it. That's all I got for y'all. I'm still staying here. Thanks, y'all. Thanks. Thank you. I'm very tender and intimate and sad, so. But I need to get my stuff together because I can't just keep getting sad when my partner leaves.